Hey, this is Aaron.
And Blake, we're AB Data.
Thanks for walking through this Alteryx Weekly challenge with us.
In this video, we're taking a look at weekly challenge number 217, a blast from the past. This weekly challenge deals with some F1 racing data from 2011. It's going to cover 13 races, races number 4 through 17. Each driver's time for every lap completed in each race is included. So we're going to go ahead and hit the run button to take a look at the data that we have here, see what we're going to be working with, and then build out our workflow. So we have the name of the drivers, the lap number, the car number, the lap time, and then the file name, which is also the race name. And then down below, we have the points that you get per race. Let's go ahead and deal with that first because it's relatively easy for us to deal with. We're just going to want to transpose this data with no key fields. So we end up with a name and value for first place points, 25, second place points, on and on. Now we're going to strip out to where we only get the place that the racer got in each race. And so we're going to create two marked groups here. And we actually don't even need two marked groups, so I'll remove the second one. But we're going to say one or more digit at the beginning and then anything after. And we're only going to keep those digits from the beginning. So we have our place that people are getting 1 through 10. We also need to change the data type here on this field because the string here for the place that we get is not going to be able to match up to the numeric value we have in our data that we'll get out of our summarize tool. So just changing the data type here. Maybe we'll go ahead and rename this field also, just to keep clear what it is and what we're dealing with here. So as always, we can use our select tool to go ahead and rename a field quickly and easily. So I'll go up to my select and we can call this outcome if we want. If we want to change the point value, we can just say points. We'll hit the run button, and that's all been dealt with down on the bottom. Now let's take our main data and work with it. We're going to grab a summarize tool, and we want to find the total amount of time it took each racer for each race. So we're going to group by our file name, by our racer name. We're also going to take our lap time, and we're going to sum up our lap times. And then the last thing we want to do is we want to find the max lap. And what we're doing by finding the max lap is we're going to use this to filter out the people who didn't finish the race. So we have to make sure that all the cars that we're accounting for here finish the race, and that's an easy way to get tripped up on this challenge. So down below, we're going to kind of create this trap where we're going to group by the file name, and then we're going to find the max number of laps for each one of our races, which is our file name. And we're going to use our join kind of like our filter. So only the racers who finished the race or had the max lap are going to come out of the J of our join. So we're joining based on the file name, which is the race name, and then also the max lap, which is the number of laps finished. So anything that falls out of the left side of our join is going to be our racers who did not finish a race. So you can see those numbers are all a little bit lower. And those racers fell out of our join, so they won't be considered. We also don't need this max lap anymore, so I'll go ahead and deselect that with our embedded select tool. Next up, we're going to go ahead and grab a sort tool. I have a little issue finding my sort tool here, and I'm going to sort my data by my file name, which is by each race, and then by the sum of the lap time. And we want this to be ascending so that we can have the smaller numbers coming first. And so now we've got a listing of how the racers finished each of our races. So let's go ahead and grab a sample tool so that we can grab just the first 10. That's all we need. Only the top 10 people get points. And then we can also grab our file name. I guess I don't have to do this. I could have just used the join as my filter, but I just decided to go ahead and pare my data down here. Next up, I'm going to use a tile tool to set up each of my racers' position where they finished within the race. So I'm going to leave this unsorted because I already have it sorted, and we're going to end up ranking each of our racers who finished in the top 10 from 1 through 10 per race. Now we're going to join that data up against our position so that we can get our points. So we're going to have our tile sequence number, which is the position we finished in a race, and we're going to join that against the outcome. And it looks like I left my points off here, so I need to make sure that I go ahead and keep my points. Let's go ahead and keep our points here. There we go. Reselect that field, and we can see everybody who finished first got 25 points, second got 18, on and on down the line. We're almost finished here. We just need a couple more tools. Let's go ahead and summarize now, and we're going to group by name, and we are going to sum our points so that we can see how many points each of the racers got for this 13 race stretch. Now, in order to take our top 3, we're going to need to sort one more time. So we're going to sort by the sum points, and we're going to make that descending. And then we're going to grab a sample tool next to take our top 3, which are Vettel, Alonso, and Button. We only want our top 3 total. And we have our answer. Thanks for joining today.
Thank you for learning with us today. Good luck on your Alteryx journey.
For more information on custom training, managed service automations, and more, please visit our website at abdataconsulting.com.